Welcome to the Jury Box Show with me, Melissa Tomeno, attorney at law. Court is in session. All rise for the jury. Now let's get into it. Hello everybody. Welcome to another episode of the Jury Box Show. My name is Melissa Tomeno, and I am an attorney at law practicing in New York, New Jersey, and Pennsylvania. Today I am excited to be bringing to you an exclusive video from the supporters and family of convicted second-degree murderer Melissa Turner, who is currently serving a sentence in Florida for the murder of her then-fiancé, Matthew Trussler. If you don't know about this case, I am going to do a short summary after we hear from Melissa directly, but let's play the video.
Hey, so I just wanted to send you a video and introduce myself to you. My name is Melissa Turner. I'm serving 20 years in prison, and honestly, I'm really anxious about my appeal. I know that there's evidence that needs to come out, needs to be brought to light, that's going to prove my innocence and help bring me home to my family. So I want to say thank you for the support, thank you for believing in me, just thank you for everything. It really means a lot to me.
According to the video, Melissa is trying to appeal her conviction. At least from the information that I obtained from her family and supporters, she does not currently have an attorney working on an appeal, but I guess they're trying to raise some money in order to have that legal defense fund. Not surprisingly, appeals are very, very expensive. I would imagine costs thousands and thousands of dollars. So if you are someone who has been convicted of a crime, especially such a serious crime as here, second-degree murder, it's going to cost a lot of money, and I think you really have to have a strong case in order to invest that much time and money into pursuing an appeal. So I'm going to read from an article that was posted by The Sun back in January 2023. Melissa Turner has spoken out about the murder of her fiancé Matthew Trussler after his body was found at their home in October 2019. Cops found Trussler dead with stab wounds and lying in a pool of his own blood on October 18, 2019. Turner initially told police that she didn't know how Trussler died before investigators found footage from a neighbor's surveillance camera that happened to be facing the couple's home. And this is a quote. "And then I hear what sounds like screaming, yelling," Lagasse told the outlet. The former detective said he heard what appeared to be a woman's voice saying things like, "Get up now," and "So effing die." When Turner was confronted about the voices and screams that were heard coming from her and Trussler's home throughout the night, she initially said that she had no memory of the screaming and yelling. She eventually told investigators about an argument that she had with Trussler when police kept pressing her. Turner said, "He woke me up and we got into an argument over that, because he was still up at 4 in the morning drinking." She then claimed that the dispute turned physical and her fiancé strangled her. She claimed that she grabbed his knife and stabbed him. "I thought he was going to kill me," Turner said. When investigators found a large cut on Turner's hand during her interview, she told them that she had got it when she picked up broken glass earlier that morning. A home surveillance camera in the couple's home revealed another detail from that night after recording Turner and Trussler's movements. Now, according to the prosecutor, Trussler was seen walking calmly, unarmed in the ADT security videos, but Melissa is shown apparently following Trussler hunched over and angry, according to the prosecutor. The recording also reportedly shows blood on Turner's hand from her cut, the prosecutors believe. Prosecutors say that the cut was received when Turner stabbed her fiancé. Turner was arrested on October 19, 2019, and later charged with second-degree murder with a weapon, despite what she had claimed to the police. I just want to give you a little bit of background now about the trial. Melissa went on trial in February of 2022, where she insisted that she had acted in self-defense. Turner told the jury, "I thought he was going to kill me, and I was trying to get him to stop." The defense argued that the neighbor's camera that had captured the couple's voices had been tampered with. Now, to me, this video that was used at trial may be an appealable issue in terms of evidentiary issues that could be appealed. Now, according to Melissa's defense attorney at the time, an audio expert testified that he thought the voices recorded on the camera were volume enhanced. John Trevina, Turner's lawyer, said, "I find it highly suspicious that Ms. Turner's voice is that screeching loud." But when it came to Matthew Trussler, you could barely hear mumbling. So, according to my sources, who again are close to Melissa's family, there are a couple issues that I believe the appeal may focus on. And I want to reiterate, I do not represent Melissa Turner. I have never even spoken to her. I'm not giving legal advice here. This is just for information and entertainment purposes only. But even not having examined all of the evidence in this case, which I would love to do, but just based on what I have been able to find through my research online, through the bits of news coverage that was covering the trial, there was a 48 hours piece done semi-recently that sort of gives an overview of the case. It appears that Matthew Trussler died from a laceration that he sustained on his wrist. He didn't die from the stabbing wound. So it's curious to me that someone would be convicted of murdering someone when they didn't actually cause the injury that ultimately caused them to die. Now, there is some speculation about how Matthew was injured in terms of his wrist, right? I believe that there was some mention of a window that he had actually gone through in order to get outside. So instead of using the sliding door or whatever kind of door it was that actually led to the backyard, he went through a window. Now, I don't know if he cut himself during that time. I have no idea. But let's say, hypothetically, an attorney was able to prove that he cut himself while going through this window on his way outside, where he ultimately ended up passing away near their pool. Evidence, I believe, showed that Matthew's blood alcohol limit was like 5 times over the legal limit. So when you have that much alcohol in your system, I believe that your blood is going to be very thin. If Matthew went outside using the window, went through the window, cut himself on his wrist, a deep cut, a cut that allowed him to bleed out, perhaps not only because it was deep, but because he was so intoxicated that his blood was especially thin. That was what happened here. And Melissa's attorney can prove that it wasn't the stab wound, which she has admitted to have inflicted upon him. But if that stab wound isn't what ultimately killed him, well then why is she convicted of murder and not convicted of aggravated assault or assault with a deadly weapon, whatever the charge in Florida may be? Because in that instance, well, she would be guilty of that. I think that she would admit to that. She has admitted to that. She has admitted to stabbing him. At trial, I believe that her primary defense was self-defense. Curious if the issue of how he actually died and why he died was focused on, because it just doesn't seem like the injury that she inflicted was actually what killed him. So I don't know. Again, I'm going to really look into this case. I think that it is very interesting and has some both evidential and procedural questions that may ultimately cause her to succeed on appeal. But again, at least to my knowledge, no appeal has officially begun. Make sure you subscribe to this channel because I'm going to be we're going to be doing a deep dive into this case. And who knows, we may be hearing from Melissa some more from prison. I don't know. I haven't been in direct communication with her. Stay tuned. And, we'll play the video one more time. Again, she is someone who is pursuing an appeal and maintaining her innocence.
Hey, so I just wanted to send you a video and introduce myself to you. My name's Melissa Turner. I'm serving 20 years in prison, and honestly, I'm really anxious about my appeal. I know that there's evidence that needs to come out, needs to be brought to light, that's going to prove my innocence and help bring me home to my family. So I want to say thank you for the support, thank you for believing in me, just thank you for everything. It really means a lot to me.
What I'm curious about is the stabbing, because obviously you're looking at a lot of circumstantial evidence here, right? But when you weigh circumstantial evidence against the factual evidence, you have to give the facts, at least in my opinion, a lot more weight than just the circumstantial evidence. And if Melissa's attorney in a subsequent appeal is able to prove perhaps that the wound that was inflicted on Matthew Trussler by Melissa wasn't what killed him and wouldn't have killed him, even if she had not waited 4 hours to have called the police, then how could she have been convicted of killing him if his wound that killed him turned out to have been the wound that was on his right wrist? And if that wound wasn't given to him by Melissa, then she didn't kill him. So, very interesting case. I'm going to keep looking into documents that I can find online that are publicly available, do some more research, and let's see what happens here. Did she do it? I don't know. But that's what we're going to look into here. So share, subscribe, comment, and stay tuned. And until next time, all rise for the jury. Thank you for joining us, and don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. If you think that you have your own personal injury case, including but not limited to a motor vehicle accident, dog bite, medical malpractice, or premises liability, email me at thejuryboxshow@gmail.com for a free consultation where we can discuss possibly helping you or connecting you with someone who can.